One of the things I like most about Northern Virginia is that there is really something for everyone. If you love to be close to the city and want to live in a high-rise, then move to Arlington. If you like a more traditional suburb that's close to creature comforts and everyday conveniences, there's places like Springfield and Alexandria. And if you want an exclusive address with a large home and lots of land, then Great Falls would be the perfect place for you. Great Falls is one of the most exclusive and sought-after places to call home in Northern Virginia. This is one of those areas that people either really love or can't quite justify living in, and in today's video, we're going to break all the details down. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Great Falls. I'm Krystal Walker with Ask a Walker, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on everything you want to know about living in Northern Virginia. Now, if you want even more information or if you're ready to take the next step in your home buying journey, just click the link in the description to schedule your perfect home consultation. There we'll meet virtually to hash out your priorities. I can answer any remaining questions you may have about the area and create a solid plan for finding your next home. All right, so let's dive into those pros and cons of living in Great Falls. The good, the bad, and everything that's kind of in between. All right, we're going to start with the most obvious downside, and that's going to be the cost of living. The median home price in Great Falls is nearly $1.7 million. This area is expensive. It's right up there with McLean as one of the priciest places to live, not just in Northern Virginia, but the entire state of Virginia. But honestly, if Great Falls is on your radar, chances are this price point comes as no surprise to you. Exclusive addresses come with exclusive price tags. Now, homes in Great Falls can range from about $800,000 on the absolute lowest end, but they can go all the way up to $10 million. I mean, even a 50-year-old split-level home is going to cost you about $1 million here. Granted, that home will be on a considerable lot that's probably more than a half acre in size. And of course, the price of the home isn't the only cost. If you're looking at a home at that median $1.7 million price point, then you're probably looking at roughly $15,000 a year in property taxes. So if you're price conscious or if you're on a tighter budget, you may want to rule out Great Falls before you even start your home search. All right, now let's talk about something you might not expect, and that's going to be the lack of dining and entertainment options in Great Falls. Great Falls is a small town, and so while that's part of its charm, that also means you don't have a ton of restaurants, shopping, and nightlife options right at your doorstep. Now, there are a few gyms here and there, but if you're looking for a wide selection of dining, bars, or entertainment venues, then it means you're probably going to have to drive to Reston Town Center or Tyson's Corner. And for some people, that's not going to be a big deal at all. If you prefer a quiet night in, enjoy the privacy of your own home, then that might be exactly what you're looking for. But if you want to walk out of your door and have endless choices for food, drinks, or things to do, Great Falls might be a little bit limited for you. The next con is that Great Falls really is not walkable. And I mean that literally. Like, there are just a lot of people walking their dogs. Some folks getting exercise, even just out for a casual stroll, but they were all in the street. And that makes me a little bit nervous because I'm not the best driver, but also I love to walk. So it's just not the ideal place if you enjoy walking. So if you're someone who likes the idea of walking to the store or a coffee shop or a restaurant, that is absolutely not going to happen in Great Falls. Everything is kind of spread out. And because it has more of a rural feel, walkability is pretty non-existent here. So if you're picturing a charming little town where you could take a quick stroll to run your errands, you might want to adjust your expectations for Great Falls. All right, con number 4, I don't have to tell you that Northern Virginia has a lot of traffic, and that's just part of life when you live here. And Great Falls is not immune to it, especially if you're trying to get in and out during rush hour. The two main roads, Georgetown Pike and Route 7, get backed up every morning and evening. And if you live west of the town center, your commute's going to be even longer because Georgetown Pike turns into an absolute parking lot during peak hours. So if you commute into the city 5 days a week, just know that traffic will definitely be a part of your daily routine. And next up, we have something that's a little bit different. A lot of the homes in Great Falls are going to be on well and septic system. So what does that mean? There's no county water, no county sewer. So when the power goes out, so does your water. Now, if you do decide to move here, you can definitely get yourself a generator and solve that problem before it ever arises. You'll also need to test your well water every year and get your septic pumped every few years. For some people, this isn't a big deal, but we've had plenty of clients tell us they would rather avoid homes on well and septic. A lot of people just don't want the additional hassle. So you'll want to keep that in mind when looking at homes in Great Falls. All right, so now that we've covered the cons, let's talk about why people love living here. Number 1, it's kind of a pro and a con. Let's talk about the location, because depending on your lifestyle, this could be a major pro or a major con. On paper, Great Falls is a fantastic spot. It's 15 to 20 miles from D.C., making it a reasonable commute if you work in the city. It's just minutes from Tyson's Corner, which has some of the best shopping and dining in the entire region. And it's less than 7 miles to Reston Town Center, where you're going to find even more restaurants, entertainment, and nightlife. And on paper, you should be 30 minutes from both major airports, but that is definitely not the case. It sounds pretty good, right? But here's the catch. It feels far. Even though McLean and Tyson's are close by, Great Falls just feels far from everything else. So if you're used to a quick drive to the grocery store, restaurant, school, it just takes a little adjusting. And if you work in DC and have to commute 5 days a week, the drive, especially during rush hour, that just might be a deal breaker. But if you work from home or don't mind driving a little further for peace and quiet, then Great Falls could be perfect. It's one of those areas that feels tucked away. It's like a calm retreat, even though it's still conveniently located when you need it. So if you're the type of person who loves space and privacy, but still want to be close to the action when necessary, this could be a huge advantage. On to pro number 2. One thing that absolutely no one can argue with is that Great Falls is one of the most beautiful places in Northern Virginia. It isn't your typical suburban neighborhood with small lots and homes that are packed close together. In Great Falls, you're going to get rolling hills, mature trees everywhere, long scenic roads that make even your daily drive enjoyable. But the biggest draw, at least for me, I love Great Falls National Park. I've talked about it in countless videos before. It's by far my favorite park in all of Northern Virginia. It's 800 acres and one of the most stunning places on the entire East Coast. People come from all over the world to see the Potomac River Rapids, hike the trails, taking the breathtaking views. I just love the waterfalls there. And if you live here, you're just minutes away. That means you can hike along the river anytime you want, taking some of the best views in the entire region, and just get outdoors and have a peaceful lifestyle while still being close to the city. Not to mention, just driving through Great Falls feels great. There's just something about the area, the scenic roads, the greenery, the space in between homes. That just makes it feel calm, peaceful, and exclusive. Now, if you have kids, Great Falls is a huge draw because of its schools. Now, Fairfax County schools as a whole are known to be some of the best public schools in the country, but Great Falls takes it up even another notch. Great Falls is home to Langley High School, which is consistently ranked one of the top 5 schools in the entire state. That's a huge selling point for families moving to Northern Virginia because access to top-rated schools can be a major factor in home values and demand. But it's not just Langley High. The entire Langley pyramid is highly rated, with strong elementary and middle schools leading up to Langley. If education is a top priority for your family, Great Falls checks all the boxes. All right, and then pro number 4, let's talk about the homes in Great Falls because they are truly on another level. If you're looking for space, luxury, and privacy, you're going to love what you find in Great Falls. On average, homes in Great Falls sit on 1.25 acre lots, and in Northern Virginia, that is considered huge. Unlike other areas like Ashburn or Chantilly, where you're going to find master plan communities with HOAs dictating every little detail, Great Falls is entirely different. There are no townhomes, no condos, no duplexes, patio homes, or attached homes of any kind. This is a community made entirely of single-family homes, and most of them don't have an HOA. That means you can paint your house whatever color you want, put in a long, winding driveway, or build a massive detached garage without getting a letter in the mail. Another thing I love about Great Falls is that the homes here aren't cookie cutter. You're not going to find a row of identical homes built by the same developer. Instead, you're going to get a mix of classic brick colonials, modern estates, European-inspired mansions, and even ultra-modern transitional homes with floor-to-ceiling windows. These are the kind of homes that look like they belong on the cover of luxury magazines. And because the lots are so big, there's no shortage of private pools, circular driveways, and even an occasional detached guest house. Now, here's something interesting. Where you buy in Great Falls makes a big difference. The most luxurious parts of Great Falls are going to be close to the Parkway, where you'll find the most expensive properties. Further out you get, the more you tend to get for your money, but you're also further away from conveniences. The area where Great Falls meets McLean, that's where you're going to find some of the most expensive real estate in all of Northern Virginia. If you've ever driven down Georgetown Pike, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's something about that area. The homes sit far back from the road, the long driveways, mature trees. It just feels different. Simply put, it's beautiful. So is Great Falls right for you? If you're looking for peace, privacy, and top-tier schools, and you don't mind the cost and commute, Great Falls is absolutely worth considering. But if you prefer walkability, public transit, or even a buzzing nightlife, this is probably not the place for you. If you're thinking about making a move, we would love to help. Just click the link down below in the description to schedule your perfect home consultation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.